Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Odin Sphere, Leifdrasir. In the last episode, we learned that our father, or at least Cornelius' father, has been sacrificing people to dragons. Why in the world would this government collapse so quickly? Oh god, okay. So regardless of who they are. But we also learned that a very specific girl is going to be fed to the dragon, so we want to be careful. We also want to find out who that person is. Another sorcerer. You remind me a bit too much of the, yeah, he reminds me a bit too much of the other sorcerer. Maybe we should be a little more careful. Also, probably something I should mention, I ended up grinding a bit. I grinded up to like around level 55 just to make this a little bit easier for us in general, really. I also pretty much used all the ciphers to max out everything that I liked using. Also, because of all the stuff that I've been using, I kind of started to like Lightning Saber a ton more. I used it a lot more, and I'm starting to get a handle on how to use it. But what I want to do is max out Cypher as soon as possible. So I think there's only going to be 2 episodes left with Cornelius. Well, maybe. We are in the epilogue after all. So, let's get things started.
Huh? That's my father and Urza.
Please forgive me, Urza. I have done as you asked.
Repent for the sacrifice. You were too stubborn to hand over the Book of Transformation. I had no choice but to call my dragon servant.
Please return the book. I can't let it happen again.
King Galen's suffering was nothing compared to this.
Stop. Please. The blood won't go away. Blood from my poor father.
Then be relieved. Your pain will soon end. I shall call King Galen back to this land from the Netherworld.
And then what? You will make him king?
As the prophecies state, he will be the great force that causes the world's end. He shall call himself the Beast of Armageddon, and he will rule the world. And with the Ring of Titrel as well, our wishes will come true.
Urza, so you were behind this?
Well, well, Prince Cornelius. I was surprised to see you returned from the Netherworld, but to see you survive an encounter with the great Wagner is truly surprising.
You started all this.
Now, if only King Galen is as fortunate as his grandson. The time is near for the return of our Lord and Master, King Galen.
Now I finally understand. I see why King Galen gave me this sword. When I met him, I know he asked me, please let me rest. Galen does not wish to repeat his past atrocities. Fate brought me to him, to crush your evil schemes.
Nonsense! The king awaits his subjects. No one can stop us.
Cornelius, so it is you. Forgive me, I was deceived. We have no time to waste. The Princess of Valentine came looking for you and was captured by the dragon. The dragon is in the sewers.
Velvet!
Oh crap, so it's Velvet that's the big girl that's captured. Alright, well, with that, we actually finally are in Titania, at least Titania proper. So you'll see a couple of very unique enemies in this stage, especially for Cornelius. We're actually fighting his countrymen in this case. Lots of people in steel armor. I don't exactly know why. I think there may have been like a little bit more dialogue that may have explained it. Maybe it's because of the whole dragon stuff. Maybe that's the reason why there's an uprising with the soldiers. I mean, that's what I would think, but I'm not entirely sure. I couldn't really put a finger on why. Anyway, there is actually something I wanted to talk about in regards to this game, because I don't know, I guess I never really got a chance to talk about it, and it's the way that the cutscenes are framed. I like how the game kind of presents itself as more of a stage play in its cutscenes, as opposed to its instead of like an actual movie. Like a lot of games, especially nowadays, they try to make their cutscenes as cinematic as possible. But I feel like this game at least does the opposite. It makes it as like regressive, but in the same way as like as you'd see a play. Like, I like how a lot of the times the characters get like whenever they're monologuing, they get a spotlight shown on them as if they were the centerpiece of a play. You get to see a bunch of like different internal monologues. You see like a lot of characters consistently using like props that they would otherwise have in a play as to exemplify who they are, right? I like how they uses like, it doesn't have to show characters getting away. Our characters kind of just let them get away as if they were just leaving stage left or stage right, as if they were just leaving the scene. It's more interesting that way to me. I like how that's framed. It makes the game feel, I don't know, it feels like Broadway, if that makes any sense. It's just a great overall feeling. I also learned a little trick. If you do the spin dash in the air, it's a bit faster than even the max running speed. So if you want to get around real fast, that's actually quite a good tip. I didn't initially think I would need to, but also, real quick, these guys jump in level like drastically, which is the reason I decided to go to level 55 as opposed to sticking to 50. Initially, I was going to do 55, but then I realized that like most of the time, most people recommended that like my character at the very least be either 55 to like 60, and I was curious as to why that was, and it's mostly because the bosses are like basically level 55 to 60, whereas everything in the stage kind of slowly ramps up to get to that point. So overall, it's, oh sweet, we got volcano, nice. I think I'm going to use that next time with the next character. Anyway, like I was saying, you just gotta be a little bit more careful with it. Oh god, whoops. I thought I had to go left instead of right. Let's see, I think this is where the key might be. Nest over there. Okay, it has to be hidden here somewhere, right? Yeah, alright. So I know that there's this bronze key here. In this small little alleyway, if you attack the top of the ladder, there's a small key. Now this key is very... It's more important than it initially seems. It seems like it's just a small rusted key that doesn't really do anything. But we are about to be heading into the sewers as well. So I don't want to... I think I might end the episode before we get into the sewers, if that's kind of what I have to do. But before I do that, there's a huge crack. I think I need an explosive. Do I have any explosives right now? I got blaze. Will that work? No. All right. I need something with a big boom. Maybe if I add another. No, that made fire spirits. Okay. Let's try that one more time. Maybe if I make volcano, it'll work. Let's add that. I don't know. I think volcano just has a lot more explosive properties to it. So if I'm careful, I can probably blow this up. Yeah, there we go. I've been making that one mistake a little bit too much, where I just don't do anything. So this is kind of like a little like foreshadowing of the future area that we're going to be in, which is the sewers. So this is like just a little manhole area. But it's not an actual change in location like how we would normally see it. Now these little wizard eyes, they're basically like an elemental that shoots. So just be careful. Make sure that they also have like a small spin attack. Be careful of attacking them. They can do damage, but only really when you're distracted. So as long as you keep them in focus, they're pretty easy to defeat. All right, got the rusty key. Now this is our key to the sewers. So let's get that Phozon crystal right at the bottom. See, a battle stage, huh? Wizards! Actually, these are mages. I'm not really sure what the difference is between wizards and mages. If anybody can actually tell me, I would be super happy. But as of this point, I have no idea. This freaking wizard! I mean, sorry, it's a mage. I don't know, because I know what the difference between like a warlock and a mage is. I figure it's the difference in like magic, kind of like World of Warcraft. Like, well, yeah, all wizards use kind of like darker themed magic, whereas like mages use like elemental based magic, I guess. Because really, mages are that what I know of mages anyway. Only really use. Oh god, I really want to restart this just because of that A. Anyway, mages usually just use like, you know, fire, ice, and then like a mana-based main attack, whereas like warlocks usually use like darkness or like life or death. Like, you know, I associate warlocks with like necromancers kind of, but I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, so we got our ultimate skill. Kalad Blog. I don't even know. But this attack is actually quite strong. It is in fact one of our legendary skills, so we have to be a little bit more careful with it. And it also eats up a ton of phosons. It eats up 50 phosons, so you have to be very careful on how you use it. Most of the time you pretty much want to use it on bosses, or when you have like a big group that you just want to take care of quickly, because most of the time you get your phosons back by actually attacking them. Alright, easy stuff. Let's see here. Give me that titanium gold. A little bit more stuff in this area. I'm also recording this like earlier than usual, but I feel like I have more energy somehow. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe this feeling. It's just weird to have so much energy in the morning, especially for me. And doubly surprisingly, considering. Oh wait, actually, do I go into the sewers like right now? Okay, if I go into the sewers like right now, I don't even have to cut. I don't even have to like use 2, I guess. Ugh. Cornelius, you're too fast. Rusty key, I think, is the right one. There we go. So, I guess we're going into the sewers regardless. I was going to end the episode, but I guess I'd rather not keep it too short. Anyway, this is the formless organism, the King Ooze. Be very careful with him. If you use your larger special attacks, you kind of break him into pieces and make him a bit smaller. It's very useful to do this. Especially with that dash attack, it works surprisingly well. But if those parts get back to him, I believe they actually heal him. So you want to be a little bit careful. And also you get a little bit of phosons back. Alright, now, instead of having just one... Actually, no, I guess it won't do it just yet. There are times when he can break apart. Instead of there just being 1, there can be 2. So you gotta be a little bit more careful. Alright, now he's gonna start doing this like kind of spike ball attack. Very simple stuff. But as long as you keep to the formula and you just keep kind of splitting him apart. Like if you keep splitting it wide open, you'll be fine. Boom. Also, your critical hits also do the same thing. I believe he can also split apart into 2 organisms, but I don't think we've seen him do it just yet. There we go. I guess it's a phase-related thing. Now, if you keep using your skills like you were before, it will continuously break him apart. It's very simple overall, and I believe the Phozon crystal-based boss, not Phozon crystal-based boss. What is it called? The 5-star challenge of this area, because that's gonna start becoming a staple. Is actually 2 of these guys. So he breaks up into like 4 and then 6. Because yeah, see, after we got him to his last form, he's like just breaking down, and he starts to go all over the place, as opposed to just sticking in place like he has been this entire time. So just be careful. Be very careful. He can knock around. Him knocking around does a ton of damage, so just gotta be a little bit more cautious than usual. The smaller they get, the more fast and mobile they get as well, so there's that. Now, the small oozes from a bigger one won't necessarily get into the smaller ones, so you don't have to worry too much about, oh god, this is gonna be so... Look at this kaleidoscope of fucking bullshit. Oh my god. Just blue balls everywhere. Guys, this is truly a testament to blue balls. This is just balls everywhere. Now, oh god, the ooze is I love this enemy. This is probably one of my favorite bosses in the game. He's just so much more interesting than most of the other ones, because he's like, look at how much he changes. It's like the mushroom boss. Like, I like how the mushroom boss not only changes, like when it changes form, not only does it change its attacks, but it changes everything about itself. Like it starts as a little puffball, and then it slowly evolves into like a woman, and then from that woman it becomes this hulking beast, the literal Hulk. Boom, got him. I can't get any more crap. Ooh, okay. Extra phosons is too useful to get rid, to not, you know, use. So let's get rid of some of these bones. I'm gonna, you know, I think I'm gonna throw some materials together real quick, just so that I can, just so I can free up some space. That'll do. We don't really need to make that many potions, and most of the time we use potions from other potions, which is why materials are kind of, they're kind of just there so you can mix things from them, if that makes any sense. So we have a lot of overloads. I'm gonna probably end up using one of them during the boss, so let's throw a bunch of overloads. I don't really need whirlwind, it's not that useful, and I already have an ability that's based around whirlwind, so that's fine, and cyclone will do. Level 8 overload should do just fine. Do we have any food we can eat? I guess we can eat a bunch of crap before we actually pick up all the stuff in the stage, because there was a lot of good stuff in this stage, actually. Now, against the two-form version of this boss, I'm going to totally use the ultimate ability. So don't you guys worry, it'll be nice and simple. I'm also going to be probably being at least a little bit smarter than usual with him by using a bunch of my other abilities as well. Hopefully things work out well. You know, now that I think about it, I probably could have put a lot of those extra stuff in the extra phosons and gotten a bunch of phosons out of the deal. Alright, they all died faster than I was expecting. Alright, apple seeds. Do I have any space for turnies? Yeah, I do. Perfect. A bunch of pots here. Who puts pots in like a sewer though? That's what I find a little bit odd. Yeah, it's probably not that big of a deal. Let's get a rosemile seed out of the deal, out of the mix. More mages. Fuck off, mages. I hate mages in this game. Anyway, maybe I'm being a little bit too talkative. Though this is a Let's Play, so I guess the point is to be talkative, but I feel like I've been so quiet during my Let's Play as of late. I don't know. Maybe I was just finding it difficult to talk, or maybe I was just too tired. Sleepy Me is like very, very quiet type of gamer, and he just doesn't like it when you, he doesn't like loud noises. He's not very energized or comedic. But I feel like those are the best. That's like the best time for me to be playing like a chill game. Like if I played, I have for people who follow me on any social media, you know that I play. I've been playing a ton of Stardew Valley as of late. That game is so relaxing. I could play that game for hours, and it's not even like a matter of getting bored or not. It's like a matter of just perfect. It's like perfect synchronization of like mood mixed with like positive vibes. I don't know how to describe it. It's Harvest Moon basically. Like let's be real, it's just Harvest Moon, but with a little bit of a better coat of paint, I'd say. I like the aesthetic overall, and I believe is this the. Ugh, I can't open this door with that key. So let's. Actually, no. I'll save that for later. I think maybe it's time to end the episode. It seems like it's a good time. Now, I don't need to go to a rest area for this, so I'll just stick right here. This will be fine. It's got a teleport point, so I can always come back to it. So, I guess I'll end the episode here. So, with that, I'd like to say, hey, hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you guys later. So, see you later, everybody.